Welcome to the Finance Wisdom Summaries.
Rich AF, The Winning Money Mindset That Will Change Your Life by Vivian Tu. Introduction. Vivian Tu's Rich AF is a guide to personal finance, challenging conventional wisdom and providing a new framework for building wealth based on the mindset of the truly rich. The author, a former Wall Street trader and financial literacy influencer, argues that the traditional American dream, working hard, saving diligently, and avoiding luxuries like avocado toast, is no longer a viable path to wealth for most people, especially for marginalized communities who have been systematically excluded from financial opportunities. The book is structured in two parts: You Work Hard for the Money and Making Your Money Work Hard for You. Tu emphasizes that financial literacy is a skill that can be learned, not an innate talent. She debunks the myth that talking about money is impolite and reveals that rich people openly discuss salaries, investments, and tax strategies to maintain and grow their wealth. The core message is that while working hard is necessary, making your money work for you through smart investing is the key to true financial independence. The book provides a step-by-step roadmap covering everything from negotiating a higher salary and setting up a budget that doesn't feel restrictive to understanding the intricacies of banking, saving, and investing. Throughout the book, Tu offers actionable advice and practical examples, often drawing from her own life experiences as a young, successful woman of color in a predominantly male industry. She encourages readers to embrace an abundance mindset over a scarcity mindset, to prioritize long-term thinking, and to see money not as something to be hoarded, but as a tool for creating more wealth. She addresses the systemic issues that have historically made it harder for women, people of color, and the LGBTQ+ community to build wealth, and she empowers readers to take control of their financial lives. The ultimate goal, as defined by Tu, is to achieve your FU number, the amount of money needed to live solely off investment returns, giving you the freedom to choose your work and your life free from financial coercion. Part 1. You Work Hard for the Money. Chapter 1. Education for This Era. Financial literacy is a game of rules, and the rich wrote the rulebook. The author uses an anecdote about a game of Monopoly to illustrate this point, where a friend won consistently because she had read the rulebook cover to cover and knew how to use lending to her advantage. The same principle applies to personal finance. The rich understand the system and leverage it to win, while others play by a simplified, often flawed, set of rules passed down through generations. The system is designed to keep the working class working. Tu argues that a lack of financial education is not an accident, but a systemic issue that benefits the wealthy elite. By making financial concepts confusing and inaccessible, the working class remains dependent on their jobs, lacking the tools for upward mobility. It's not your fault you don't know this stuff. The author validates the reader's financial struggles, explaining that financial literacy is rarely taught in school. She encourages readers to let go of feelings of shame or irresponsibility, as the cultural narrative often blames individuals for their lack of wealth rather than acknowledging systemic barriers and a flawed education system. Rich people's mindset is fundamentally different. They are not focused on scrimping and saving small amounts of money, but on making their money work for them 24/7. They think long-term, leverage their money, and collaborate with their peers, openly discussing financial strategies that others consider taboo. How the lessons can be applied daily. Read the rule book. Take time to learn about financial concepts that seem confusing. Instead of just accepting a loan offer, research the terms. If you don't understand your credit card statement, look up every unfamiliar term. Challenge your assumptions. When you feel a negative emotion about money, question its origin. Is it a belief passed down from your family or something you've learned? For instance, if you feel guilty about buying a coffee, reframe that feeling by acknowledging that this small purchase isn't the reason for your financial situation. Embrace an abundance mindset. Instead of thinking, "I can't afford this," rephrase it as, "How can I make my money grow so I can afford this later?" This shifts your focus from scarcity to opportunity. Talk about money with your friends. Normalize conversations about salaries, investments, and financial goals.
You can learn invaluable information and support one another on your financial journeys. Chapter 2. I know my worth. You can only save as much as you earn, but you can always earn more. This is the foundational principle of this chapter. 2 argues that while budgeting is important, focusing on increasing your income has a far greater impact on your financial health than cutting out small expenses. Your worth is a combination of your skills and knowledge, not just your job title. The author encourages readers to think of their career as a climbing wall, not a ladder. Your skills, such as communication or data analysis, can be transferred across different roles and industries, providing leverage to seek higher-paying jobs. Networking is crucial, and it's a two-way street. Rich people are always networking, not just when they need a job. They build relationships and share information, knowing that helping others can lead to reciprocal favors in the future. This practice is vital for finding new opportunities and having powerful advocates in your corner. Know when to leave a toxic or stagnant workplace. 2 shares her own story of leaving a job on Wall Street because her manager was a racist and sexist who would not advocate for her. She emphasizes that no matter how hard you work, you will not get ahead if your workplace culture or management is not set up to reward your contributions. Negotiation is a high-paying skill. The author frames asking for a raise as working for a fantastic hourly rate, $5,000 for 2 hours of work, for example. She provides a script and mindset shifts to overcome the fear of asking for more money, explaining that companies have budgets for raises and are prepared for these conversations. How the lessons can be applied daily. Start a brag book. Create a folder in your email or a document to save every positive comment, thank you email, or quantifiable win you achieve at work. This is your arsenal for salary negotiations and job interviews. Practice your pitch. Don't just define yourself by your job title. Create a concise pitch that highlights your transferable skills, institutional knowledge, and accomplishments. Network consistently. Dedicate 15 minutes a week to connecting with colleagues, recruiters, or mentors on LinkedIn. You don't have to be looking for a job to build these relationships. Do a workplace vibe check. Use 2's green and red flag checklists to honestly assess your job. If the red flags outweigh the green, start updating your resume and networking for a new role. Ask for a raise. Use the provided script and steps to prepare for a conversation with your manager. Remember that the worst case scenario is a no, and that not asking means you're leaving money on the table. Chapter 3. I am in charge of my money. Budgeting is about opportunity, not punishment. The author challenges the notion that a budget is a restrictive tool meant for deprivation. Instead, she presents it as a forward-looking plan that enables you to afford the things you truly want, like her first Prada bag. A budget gives your money a job. By assigning every dollar to a specific purpose, be it needs, wants, savings, or investments, you take control of your finances. This prevents you from mindlessly spending money that could be working harder for you. Value-based spending is the key to a sustainable budget. Rather than following arbitrary rules, evaluate each purchase based on the value it brings you versus the effort it took to earn the money. This mindset helps you identify and cut out wasteful spending while protecting your non-negotiables, the small luxuries that genuinely improve your life. Rich people love to budget. They understand that a financial plan is essential for capitalizing on opportunities, managing their complex assets, and preventing lifestyle creep. Without a budget, even a high income can disappear quickly. It's crucial to set boundaries around money with family and friends. The author provides specific scripts and strategies for having difficult conversations about money. Whether it's declining to lend money, setting limits on financial support for parents, or navigating expensive social events, these boundaries are essential for protecting your financial goals. How the lessons can be applied daily. Do a spending audit. Track all of your expenses for 1 to 2 months using the red, yellow, and green categories. This is the first step to understanding where your money is actually going without judgment.
Choose a budgeting method that works for you. Whether it's the 50-30-20 rule, zero-based budgeting, or the half-payment method, pick a system that fits your lifestyle. Don't be afraid to try a new one if the first one doesn't stick. Identify your non-negotiables. Pinpoint the 1 to 2 expenses that genuinely bring you joy and fulfillment. Make a conscious decision to keep these in your budget and cut back on things you don't care as much about. Practice your boundary setting scripts. Rehearse the phrases provided in the chapter to feel more confident and prepared for awkward conversations about money with loved ones. Be honest about your income. Condense your gross pay to your net income by subtracting taxes and deductions. This gives you a realistic picture of the money you have to budget and work with. Part 2. Making your money work hard for you. Chapter 4. I take care of future me. Saving money gives you options and stability. The author's personal anecdotes about a medical emergency and buying a dream vacation for her parents illustrate that savings provide a safety net for unexpected disasters and a vehicle for achieving your goals. Having a healthy savings account gives you the freedom to make decisions from a place of abundance, not desperation. The best bank is the one that works for you, and it's okay to have multiple accounts. Rich people use a team of accounts from different institutions, leveraging each one's unique benefits. For instance, they might use one bank for a high-yield savings account and another for a checking account with free ATM withdrawals. High-yield savings accounts are a form of easy, passive income. HYSAs offer significantly higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts, generating effortless passive income on your cash. The author stresses the importance of using HYSAs for both emergency funds and sinking funds, as your money is federally insured and grows faster. Negotiation is a platinum-level saving strategy. While cutting back on lattes is a death-by-a-thousand paper cuts approach to saving, negotiating major expenses like car payments, insurance rates, and medical bills can save you thousands of dollars for a minimal amount of effort. The chapter provides a step-by-step guide and a script for negotiating your cell phone bill, a skill that can be applied to many other areas of your financial life. How the lessons can be applied daily. Create a team of bank accounts. Open a high-yield savings account for your emergency fund and for specific sinking funds for planned large purchases, like a vacation or a car down payment. Calculate your emergency fund target. Determine the amount of money you need to cover 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. Automate monthly deposits to this account until you reach your goal. Negotiate your bills. Use the provided script to call your cell phone, internet, or insurance provider. Research competitor prices and politely threaten to cancel to get a better deal. Don't be afraid to ask for a refund or a late payment fee. If you were charged an overdraft fee or a late payment fee, call the bank and, using a confident but polite tone, ask for it to be removed as a one-time courtesy. Take advantage of rewards and perks. Actively look for opportunities to get cash back or points on things you're already buying, and make sure you're using them strategically to get the most value. Chapter 5. I wasn't born rich, but my kids will be. Investing, not saving, is how you get rich. Tu shares a personal anecdote about losing half of her investment in a single stock, despite having insider knowledge from her time on Wall Street. She emphasizes that a diversified portfolio of index funds is a much safer and more effective long-term strategy for building wealth than trying to pick individual stocks.
You can invest even if you have debt. The author introduces the delta concept, which is the difference between your investment returns and your debt's interest rate. If your investments are growing at a higher rate than your debt is costing you, you are still building wealth. She advises paying off only high-interest debt above a 7% interest rate before starting to invest. Play by the government's rules to get tax benefits. Tun reveals that the government incentivizes saving for retirement by offering tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks, IRAs, and HSAs. She explains how these accounts allow your money to grow either tax-free or with a tax deduction today, a strategy that rich people use to minimize their tax burden. Know your goals, time horizon, and risk tolerance. The author explains that your investment strategy should be tailored to your life stage and goals. A young person with decades until retirement can afford to be more aggressive with riskier investments, while someone nearing retirement should opt for safer, less volatile assets. How the lessons can be applied daily. Prioritize funding your retirement accounts. Follow the order of operations checklist provided in the book, starting with getting your employer's full 401k match, free money. Open a brokerage account. Once your emergency fund is secure and you've tackled high-interest debt, open a brokerage account with a reputable company. Choose a low-effort investment strategy. Opt for a robo-advisor or a target date fund within your 401k. These options automatically manage your investments based on your age and risk tolerance, making investing simple and stress-free. Don't panic about market fluctuations. Understand that a diversified portfolio is a long-term strategy. Don't sell your investments in a panic during a market downturn. Stay the course. Educate yourself on debt. Use the delta concept to evaluate your debts. Make a plan to pay off any high-interest debt over 7% first before focusing on investing. Chapter 6. I am ready for financial domination. Credit cards are a tool for financial domination, not a trap. The author debunks the myth that credit cards are inherently dangerous. She explains that by using them for purchases you can afford and paying the balance in full every month, you can earn valuable rewards and build a strong credit score with no interest payments. Your credit score is a real-life grade, and you can ace it. 2 explains the 5 components of a credit score: payment history, credit utilization, credit history, types of credit, and new credit. She provides 5 actionable tips, such as paying bills on time and asking for credit limit increases to help you boost your score. Debt is a tool, not a character flaw. The author distinguishes between high-interest, bad debt and low-interest, good debt, like a mortgage. She encourages readers to view debt as a neutral tool and to apply strategies like the debt snowball or debt avalanche to pay it down efficiently. You will never be worse off for earning more money. 2 explains how marginal tax brackets work, using an analogy of different pizza toppings to illustrate that only the money earned within a specific bracket is taxed at that rate. This debunks the common misconception that a raise could push you into a higher tax bracket and leave you with less money. Your FU number is the ultimate measure of financial freedom. The FU number is the amount of money you need invested to live off of your investment returns alone. This number is unique to each person and their desired lifestyle. Reaching it means you are no longer tied to a job you don't want and have the freedom to pursue work on your own terms. How the lessons can be applied daily. Get a credit card and pay the balance in full every month. Use it for all your purchases to earn rewards and build your credit score. Don't carry a balance. Check your credit report annually. Visit annualcreditreport.com to review your report for free, ensuring there are no errors and that you're aware of any inquiries. Make a debt repayment plan. Use either the debt snowball for psychological wins or the debt avalanche for mathematical efficiency to tackle your debts. Take all the raises you can get. Understand that more money is always better. Don't fear higher tax brackets. Calculate your FU number. Use the provided formula to determine the amount you need to be financially free. Revisit this number annually or after major life changes to keep your goals in focus. The true secret to being rich AF. Wealth is not made to be hoarded. Money should be put to work, not sit idly in a low-interest account. Spending is not inherently shameful. It's okay to spend money on things that bring you joy, as long as it aligns with a larger financial plan. Money spent to impress others is money not worth spending. True wealth is invisible and is not about luxury goods or public displays of affluence. Complaining without action accomplishes nothing. The key to changing your financial situation is taking proactive steps to increase your income, save, and invest. Your Rich AF mindset is the most valuable asset you have. It's about building good habits, developing confidence, and continuously learning and adapting your financial strategies. The main idea of the book. Rich AF shatters the myth that hard work and extreme frugality are the only paths to wealth. Vivian too argues that true financial freedom is achieved not just by earning more, but by mastering the mindset and strategies of the rich, making your money work for you. She debunks common financial taboos, from avoiding money talk to fearing negotiation, and provides a clear, actionable roadmap for everyone, regardless of their background. The core message is that financial literacy is a skill, not a privilege. By understanding debt, leveraging credit, and prioritizing smart, diversified investments over penny pinching,
readers can build a solid foundation for wealth, escape the cycle of scarcity, and ultimately achieve their FU number, the point of financial independence where they can live life on their own terms.
If you enjoyed the content, please consider supporting the author. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe. Now, let's go to the next